Woohoo! Welcome everyone to the live stream. I'm Nicole and I'm here with Aimee. Hey guys. Let's say
Hey.
hi to a couple of people in the chat. We got Marie here, we got Deanna here, we got, well, Marie again, but she is looking forward to this subject. So before we get too into it, let's introduce ourselves. Aimee, do you want to go first and introduce yourself to the people that are on my channel watching us now?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Aimee Hewer, and I, for the most part, focus on anti-MLM content because I have been in a lot of different MLMs. And then once I started realizing some of the issues and some of the different things, I started speaking out more about them. And also because I did human resources for about 15 years. And so looking at the different ways that they tell you it's a business, but is it really? And it's not. And so trying to educate on those things on my channel. So yeah. Oh, I
Nice.
guess I
And
should say too, I'm a wife and mom. I've got 5 kids. So a lot of the time during my streams, a child may enter at any time, but they're all at school, which is beautiful. Beautiful.
well, my 2 cats and dog are not at school, so there might be some animal interruptions on my end. And my name's Nicole. I own a marketing company called Breaking Even Communications, which is where this channel, where we're streaming now. And I've been doing marketing for 15 years. And some of my content sort of delves into MLM stuff because multi-level marketing trainers do marketing trainings. And I definitely have some thoughts and feelings about that. But Aimee and I have been talking about doing a stream together, and we saw this master resell rights thing and thought we should jump on it. Do you have some initial introductory thoughts before I get on my soapbox and go over like what this is to give us a sort of
Yeah.
root
So
knowledge about it?
what brought me kind of into the master resale rights and being more aware of it is that a large number of really high level Beachbody coaches, because that was the main MLM that I did and I was most successful in probably. But a lot of the main Beachbody coaches and really high level started doing this. One of the previous top 10 coaches, and we'll see her, but she is pushing it really hard and she's pushing affiliate marketing and digital marketing incredibly hard and had to leave Beachbody because of the things that she's doing, and recruiting all of their coaches. They don't love this. They don't love her. They
Yeah.
don't love her. And so that kind of got it on in my head. And then I am in like just a mom Facebook group that, doesn't allow MLM recruiting in it, but one of the admins is doing MRR and started putting it out there. And so finding some of the things that she was saying, and I was like, people, it's the new shiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people need to be aware of what it actually is, because once you get into it, you're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is not what I thought going into it.
Yeah,
So
for sure. And so we were chatting, and what was funny is when Aimee was talking about this as a subject, I was like, it's so funny because I started making a little slide deck about this because I wanted to talk with people about it on my channel. So we thought we'd combine it into the stream. So
yeah.
I'm gonna like hop on a soapbox for like 5 minutes and just go over this because I haven't really seen, I haven't watched all of them. I watched Hannah Alonso's video about MRR, and I watched some other ones as well, but I haven't seen anyone really go through it like this. So that's why I thought I would do this. So
Which I absolutely love, because I think a lot of people, and there have been some that I have watched that I'm like, you're only telling them half of it. Like there's
yeah.
a lot more to it because you need someone who does marketing, right?
Well, I watched another marketing channel about this right before the stream started. And what was funny is at the beginning, he said, so those people who are against MRR, have something else to sell you. And then at the very end, he says, oh, and if you join this, you can go to my link to join the course. I'm like, and so in the comment, I said, listen, like, you're like, oh, these other people are selling something. And then at the end, we all have something that we're selling. And so
Absolutely.
my full disclosure is I am selling views to my YouTube channel
Yeah.
so that I can monetize my content. And if a couple of you become marketing clients, that's great. That is my agenda with this content. So just putting
Yeah.
that out there because we're all I get that we're all selling something, and I just want you to know what I'm selling here. So I want to go over resell rights and master resell rights, private and white labeling, because Aimee and I were talking about before this, like, this thing isn't gonna last forever. This is a bit of a gold rush situation, and I want to sort of prepare people for what I think this is going to morph into, so that when you see it, you're like, ooh, yeah.
Yep.
So now, retail sales, we understand, right? I buy this perfume oil as a retailer for $5. I sell it for $10. I make a $5 profit, or I mark it up 100%, right? So we all get selling products for a price, right? Now, we also get affiliate marketing, which is instead of having these on hand and selling them to you, I say, oh, I really like this. Go to this link, put in my coupon code, and I get a percentage of the sale, usually a pretty small percentage. So instead of buying this for $5, selling it for 10 and making $5, it's being sold for 10 and I'm getting 50 cents of that. So that's kind of a bummer, right? You know what I mean? Because I'm not making as much money as if I would be retailing it. So I think this is what happened. I think this is what happened in Scamland. Someone was like, well, wait a minute. What if I can make a large amount of money like a retailer, but I could have the ease of the life of the affiliate? Enter selling digital products, right? So we know the benefits of selling digital products, right? We're not manufacturing anything. So I don't have to worry about getting these manufactured, when it's going to be done. I don't have to buy boxes of this and keep it in a closet somewhere. You know, I don't have the physical goods that I have to keep track of. Also, I can sell infinite, right? Like, so, oh, I only have 2 boxes of these. I sell out, I'm done. Digital products, obviously, you can just copy them infinite times. And since I'm not sending a physical product, I don't have to worry about shipping. Although I love that Brittany Dawn charged for shipping on her digital content. That was like,
kidding me?
Chef's kiss on this. But, you know, so for example, I ship out my perfume oil, and then someone says, oh, I didn't get it, you know, but I see that in the tracking that it was delivered. Okay, what do? Do I refund them? Do I send them a new product? Like, I have to think through that, right? So, you know, with, you know, selling digital products, we don't need like special equipment necessarily, because we're making it, we need our computer and our brain essentially to make something. We don't need a 3D printer. We don't need a manufacturing facility, and we can make more money than we can with affiliate sales, but we don't have the traditional downsides of selling a physical retail product. Okay. And digital products, by the way, like a lot of people, we know about courses and ebooks, but you can sell anything digital: audio files, templates, graphics, you know, anything like that. Anything that you sell digitally and deliver digitally can be a digital product. But the difference between all these things is who owns the thing and what are you allowed to do with it. That's, you know, can you change the branding? Can you change the content? Can you set the price? Can you sell it on eBay? These are all things that are determined by the different thing that you're getting. So resell rights, right? Who owns it? Not you. The creator owns it, and it has their name on it. And you are allowed to sell that product to other people with no changes to it content-wise. You can change the branding on it. So if I wanted to sell, the amazing digital course with Nicole, you know, I can add the with Nicole at the end of it. But other than that, I can't change any of the content in it. And I can't sell it on auction websites, you know, where people go buy things.
This is so fascinating because some of the ones I have seen who are doing this, and are doing the resale rights, is they are offering like a $50 gift card to Amazon because they can't change it from being $4.97.
Yes.
So they are doing their best to get around it and to make their offer look better than everyone else that's selling it for $4.97.
Because everyone is selling the same thing and they have to sell it for typically a set price.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now, you may say, well, okay, well, where does master resell rights come in? Right? Like, and again, the creator is not you. Like, you don't get to put your name on this thing. And you can sell it again with no changes and all that. But then you can sell the rights to resell it.
Okay.
Right? So, and I was like, okay, so if I'm buying the master rights to resell something, like, I'm the only one doing that, right? No, the creator is selling master rights to everyone. And the word master sounds exclusive, but it is not, you know?
Okay.
So, right? Now, what if you actually wanted to sell a product that you had actual input into? So like, let's say I look at this course and I'm like, you know what? Like the way they handled email marketing, I don't like it. I'd like to like put my own thing on it, whatever, you know, and be able to set your own price, not having to offer the Amazon $50 gift card. That's so funny. Or
Mhm.
having to offer weird bonuses or something, right? Like, because I have to make my product different because all these other people are selling the exact same course I am with the exact same name, the exact same creator, and all of that.
Yep.
So this is where white labeling and private labeling come in. So again, with a white label product, so let's say that, you know, I have an internet marketing course and Amy's like, wow, I love Nicole's internet marketing course. I want to sell it to my people. She says, hey, Nicole, I want to white label your product. What I do is I go through it and I put all of Amy's branding on it. And it is Amy's, like, I'm not changing the content, but I'm putting all of Amy's stuff on it. I am invisible. And when Aimee sells her marketing course, that's actually my marketing course, my name is nowhere on it. It is her thing to sell.
So it's kind of like ghostwriting
Yeah, I mean,
in
kind of,
essence.
except this thing already exists. This, it
Like kind
already
of like
exists, and you're putting your name on it.
okay, so kind of like what Helen said, like
Yeah.
make a lot of money on selling ebooks that you don't write. Those are like white label in your right? That's
Yeah. Yeah,
white
yeah, yeah,
label.
exactly. Right.
Okay.
But and you put your name on it like you wrote it, right? And
Mhm.
private label, and we hear a lot about this with like, celebrities who want like a makeup palette. Most celebrities don't have a manufacturing facility lying around. I want to make a makeup palette because I'm a beauty influencer. I will work with a cosmetics company. I'll be like, I want these colors. I want it laid out like this. I want the box to look like this. I want it to open like this. They make it to my specifications. And obviously, having a product privately labeled, and then they only sell it to me. They can't sell it to somebody else.
Okay.
So I own it exclusively, right? I can sell it where I want. And in both these cases, whether it's white label or private label, I own it. I can put whatever price I want on it. I can just give it away if I want. Like there's no parameters with how it's distributed. To me, the master resell rights is all down. It's like taking all these ideas and being like, what is the way we can make make this all downside, right?
Mhm.
You don't own the content. The creator owns it. So in the case of what you're gonna, show us in a second, like these people own the course, right? But and let's say I bought the course and I resold it to you, Aimee, and you
Mhm.
saw the name Mr. and Mrs. Smith made the course, not Nicole. Well, if you want to resell it, or if you have questions or whatever, are you going to go to me or are you going to go to Mr. and Mrs. Smith? Right.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So, you can't change the content beyond the branding. And to me, that's weird because how I lay something out has to do with branding. Like,
Yeah.
so like to me, it's like slapping a different cover on it doesn't make it necessarily look and feel different, but that's a whole other thing. So you can change the branding, but you can't change the name on it. Typically, you can't change the price. You can't like pull out certain content that you don't like, whatever. And you're not the exclusive reseller. As we've established, these people will sell master resell rights to anyone. Unlimited other people are not just selling the product, but also the master reselling rights. So like you're essentially, the market is going to get saturated real quick.
Mhm.
And the fact that you can't sell it on websites where people are actively buying stuff like Facebook Marketplace or eBay or other auction websites, it's kind of, I don't know if Facebook Marketplace is considered an auction website, but it's a little squishy, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And you have,
absolutely.
right. And rather than me buying this for $5 and being able to sell it for 10, I had to sell it for the same price I bought it for, which
Mhm.
severely cuts into my profit as the person who's retailing it, right? And this is the main issue I have with it, which is that the creator of the product, they have their name on it and all of that. And they are also selling and marketing the product to other people. So essentially, the creator of the product is competing with you to sell this. And they probably
Absolutely.
have a much bigger audience than you do as just like a normal person who did not have their entire life online, right? So, in my opinion, if you want to sell a digital product, I think you should make something whose production quality, exclusivity are something that you have ultimate control over.
Did you see
Oh,
this? Someone said it
interesting.
it is being sold over on Etsy. It's not supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what I mean is like they put all these, so they say, oh yeah, sell this online only product, and then we're going to tie your hands behind your back of using very large places where people sell things. It's so
Well,
stupid.
and one day I would think it would get out of control really quickly
Yeah.
and trying to manage that and finding it on Etsy and finding it on eBay and doing all these things
Mhm.
when it's growing exponentially, the level of control and the level of, like, being able to monitor is
Yeah.
gone.
Well, yeah, and then to your point, when you were showing me this on the website, and we're going to look at this further, this agreement used to be, you said, 1 page long,
Mhm.
and now this is all the things you're agreeing to
Yeah,
when you deal with this product.
and I think because
Still scrolling.
it's still scrolling, I think she said it's something like 13 pages or something now,
Yeah,
because here's the thing, you're you're involving so many different people, and I can go back to my HR stuff. Uh,
yeah,
People were like, "Oh, well, you have a degree. You cannot train and show a textbook of people's behavior."
yeah.
People come up with the wildest things that you never would have thought of.
Oh, yeah.
And and so I think as they're starting to get this out there more, they're like, "Holy cow, I never ever would have considered doing that or someone doing that. So now I have to add that into the agreement. And now I
Mhm.
have to do this." And so I think it has just gotten much bigger than they thought, um,
Yeah.
much faster. And it's being marketed like this is they're marketing it just as an like this is MRR, but really it's the course is called Roadmap to Riches. The course is not it has master resale rights, but everyone's just marketing it as MRR because I don't think they want to say Roadmap to Riches
Right, because
because
it sounds scammy.
Mhm.
It sounds really
And
scammy. I want to put a couple of Helen's comments on the screen because they're really good. Like, it does,
yep.
master reselling does sound dodgy. Imagine having an issue with the course and then think you're talking with the course writer when you're actually talking to a resale person who has zero knowledge of the actual material. Another great point.
Yep.
And then, sell this. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
just a lot of like the similar problems that we have with multi-level marketing companies, which is the fact that like unlimited people can distribute the same product, they're selling it at the same price, and unlike one of my clients, like for example, sells like Life is Good,
mhm,
and they have a and so if they sell you, or at the time anyway, when I was talking, they sell him merchandise, or they sold him, and they said, okay, we have a 50-mile geographic non-compete, so we're not going to work with any other retailers who are within a 50-mile radius of you, because if you're a physical retail store, that like helps limit your competition, but these people are
yep.
not doing anything protective like that
Yep,
for you.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then Marie says, when you think about how quickly the e-textbooks get leaked, and that is the best protection that can be bought for money because academic publishers are. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny that you talk about textbooks because my my 2 oldest are just starting college, and they were like, "Do you know that you have to pay, like, $200 to get this textbook?" And I was like, "Yeah, it
Yeah.
sucks." And they're like, "But I found it online for 25." Like,
I know. Or like you'd go back at the end of the semester to like sell back your books, and you'd be like, I spent $250 on this textbook, and they'd look at it and be like, I'll give you $10. And I remember one guy, one time I was offered $1 for one of my math
oh
textbooks. I'm
my
like,
god.
nah, I'm just gonna keep it. He's like, are you sure you don't want $1? I'm like, yeah, I can't buy anything for $1. He's like, well, you can get a soda or something. And I was just like,
The
so
one that
so
made
weird.
the one that was my most frustrating was an art history, and it was, like, art up to the Renaissance or something, and
Mhm.
they're like, "Oh, we're changing the textbooks." I'm like, "Why are you changing history? You don't need to change the textbook," and they wouldn't buy it back at all. I'm like,
I
"Alright,
mean,
well, I guess I'll hold a bonfire. I'll
yeah.
make s'mores with it.
Oh my
Fine."
God. So
Mm,
ridiculous. So anyway, but besides, I just wanted us to have that background on like what this is and why it's weird, so that as we're looking at this stuff and we're seeing the tactics, you can be like, because I have a feeling, like I was telling Aimee, these people are going to pivot. They're going to look at the course and be like, oh, if I just took it and like redid parts of it, I could just like have my own course. And
this is amazing foreshadowing because
oh,
someone's already doing it.
yeah, so I mean we can all see where this is headed, but anyway, but Aimee has some good tea and some direct experience with experiencing this, so do you want to take us
Yeah.
through that journey?
Absolutely. I started looking at some of this because a previous upline and then all of these MLM people that I follow were all starting to sell this, right? So I'm like, okay, what is this course? What is MRR? And so I started researching it and I was like, wait, they're making it seem like this course is MRR, but this course, that is just one of the characteristics. So that's when I found the roadmap to riches. And you know that this is the course that everyone's selling because it's the 497. And then you start hearing from the actual creators, because I feel the same way. I don't want to go to the reseller that doesn't really know what they're doing. I would want to go to the actual creator.
Absolutely.
And so then I started looking into that. And she also does have a network marketing background, um, which I think definitely plays into the way that this is being marketed. Absolutely. Because that's, and she's coming from the affiliate world as well.
Right. And on their head, like these, like there's nothing wrong with affiliates, or there's nothing wrong with selling a product that, you know, for a little bit more money than you paid for it. Like fundamentally there's nothing really wrong with these things, but it's the way that they're being, you know, marketed and how other people are being exploited about it. Oh, actually, before we get into it really quick, I meant to mention, because here's the thing. I know that like it sounds like, you know, I watched a couple of videos and people were like, well, you know, it teaches a lot about online marketing. I want to let you know that there's multiple
Yes.
places you can get free online marketing training, okay, and have it be pretty good. One of them, you know, I'm not necessarily a super fan of HubSpot software, but they have the HubSpot inbound marketing course, which goes over like email marketing, social media marketing, and it's, you know, scaffolded. I understand why someone would want to go through a course, because there's a lot to know, and sometimes when you learn things, learning things in a certain order is helpful,
Mm-hmm.
you know, versus just like thinking of an idea and then finding a YouTube video about it, like having the learning be scaffolded, right? So this is one I took 15, 17, or right when I was starting my business. I took this and it was pretty good. And
Okay.
then the other thing you can do is you can look for a MOOC, and my brain cannot remember what MOOC stands for, but it's massive open online course. And a lot of universities have these. And this is one I found from Northwestern University called What is Social? And it goes over social media. You know, this MOOC is for business owners, executives, and marketing professionals who want to significantly improve their abilities to grow their social strategy. So this is
That's
taught by
amazing.
like, you know, a college professor, like out of college, who like knows about this stuff. And then finally, like Google has tons of certifications. And one of them is the digital marketing and e-commerce one. And what it is it's actually free to take the course, and you end up, I think, paying to take the test to like get your certification. But, you know, you can watch, you know, and this one is 6 months at 10 hours a week. So this is, again, these are like intense. This isn't like a 2-hour thing where your upline is yelling at you that you're not working hard enough and to
Yeah.
use Canva. This is like tactical. And then there's like an overview of the marketing stuff. So I don't want people to think that they have to like buy this course or have absolutely no background in marketing, because there are courses that exist that will give you a good background. And I'm happy if you know, email me or whatever. My email address is on my YouTube channel. I'm happy to like send you this information, you know, digitally. I think I have a template in my email that basically says this, from when I did the Kevin David video, where, you know, these people are trying to sell you, you know, a $2,000 course of how to run Facebook ads or something. It's like, yeah,
Well,
these resources exist.
it makes sense, and it makes sense. Like I was watching this, and I was watching some of the videos of people that were selling it. And yes, it is the same one. Someone asked that
Oh
question.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
the same one that Angela Sumner is selling. Yes.
Okay.
Same course. Um and but it gets kind of overwhelming to think, okay, well, but how am I going to find all of this content? I don't know how to find it. And so you think, oh, well, I'm paying for that. And it's like, no, you can find someone who will tell you where to find all of these things for free.
Yeah.
And but it can get overwhelming, and they make it seem like this is the only way to get the information.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just not.
And you might look at this and say, wow, you know, 6 months, 10 hours a week, or 40 hours. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a, you know, and what I told people, like, if you think you can learn my entire business in like a 3-hour course, like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, there is a lot to it. And if you are interested in learning it, there's ways for you to do that, but you got to give yourself time too, because like there is a lot of there is a lot to know, and then you need to practice with it. Obviously, you learn something and you're not going to be like, oh yeah, I watched someone do it one time, I'm going to be perfect at that. You know what I mean? You're going to have to get in and practice with it as well. So
Oh, yeah. Well, and a
yeah,
lot of the people that are selling this course, especially the like larger MLM hunts, they have been doing this for a very long time. They have a really large audience that they are selling to. So if you are coming in, and Anita talks about this in the video, and I would be really curious as to how this works. But if you're coming in with 300 followers,
yeah,
you're not going to make a crazy amount of money. But Anita actually says that the person that she bought the course from did. She's going to allege that.
right. But like,
But
is yeah, and are these people continuing to? Did they make the money one time, or are they continuing to make it? You
exactly.
know, like it's one thing if I can make, $10,000 really quick. That I mean, that's great, but that doesn't mean I can like relax the rest of my life, right? Like if it
Yep.
was continuously coming in, I could, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so we've got a few different videos.
oh yeah,
We've got one. Okay, so the one we're going to start with is her. This is Hannah. She is the co-creator of the class. It was Hannah and her husband that created this specific course. Here's my other question. And Nicole, maybe you can answer this.
oh, okay.
How do I know that they actually created this course? Couldn't they have done the same thing, like taken a course and then just kind of redid it and
Or
then
hired a marketing company to be like, hey, I want to pull together this course. Can you
yeah.
come up with this for me? I mean, we don't know that for sure. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't really know how they came up with this course too. Like it, and that's where it gets so twisty, right? Like where does
Mhm.
it where's the actual beginning of this course? And it's impossible to know, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And I
All
mean,
right.
I've developed courses for people before, you know what I mean, that
Mhm.
are totally white labeled. Like I've done stuff for like, chambers of commerce or something where they're like, they want some, I made some marketing videos and they had it in their portal. And I was like, hey, this is Nicole with X Chamber of Commerce, and I'm going to take you through exactly how to set up your Facebook page.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you are going to them as the most knowledgeable people, are they really going to be incredibly knowledgeable about this, or did
Yeah.
they just take a course and then created a course?
Right. And I felt so bad. I watched a video from a smaller creator about how she enrolled in it and thought it was really useful. And it was like, yeah, it showed me how to buy a domain name and how to like make an email address. I could show you guys right now in 5 minutes how to buy a domain name, and how these are not it's not hard to do that. And the fact that she's like, I've been wondering for a really long time, and I was like, oh,
And that's why I think that, again, that's why it's so important that we
yeah,
are doing these things and we
mhm,
are speaking out, because we're like, you don't have to spend your money on this. I
right,
have wasted so much money on so many different things that my goal is to try and protect other people from
right.
making these
And
same horrible mistakes.
well, and what I tell people is like, listen, if you were like, you know what, like, I don't feel like I need to know how to run an Instagram account for my, I have a lobster shack, one of our clients. I want to learn how to run Instagram for the lobster shack. Let's sit down and let's give you some ideas for content. Let's show you how to edit a quick video on your phone. Let's
Yep.
come up with something for a training specifically for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, so we got a few. Remember to get out of top chat purgatory from Taylor. So yes, switch over to live chat if you're watching this live and want to participate. There's some really great discussion going on so far. Cinna
Absolutely.
has joined us. Helen has a great story about trying to sell back some books in there. So that's a little incentive to go in the live
Yep.
chat. So, but yeah, okay. So we're gonna watch that first video now. So
Yeah.
this is the creator of the course,
Mhm.
and she's telling us about how great it is and how we're gonna make so much money.
And why she chose to do master resale rights with it and why that was
Oh,
what she picked.
ooh, okay, all right. So I haven't
Yeah.
seen this yet either, guys. So I'm gonna hit add to state.
It's gonna be the most important video you watch on TikTok today. Just hear me out, because I'm gonna drop some things that have changed my life, and if you put it into action, I promise it will change yours too. Those of you who don't know, my husband and I created a master resale rights digital training teaching people business development, marketing, and automation, and how they can apply that to their business. We attach master resale rights, which means you can buy the product one time, sell it as your own for 100% profit. Your customers pay you directly, and I don't take a dime from your sales. You could make $1 million and I wouldn't see a dime. And I've received this question probably 5 times in the last 24 hours, so I'm addressing it here for everyone to see. The question is, what's in it for you? Like, Hannah, what do you get out of this? We sell it for 100% profit and you don't make any money? You're damn right. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why we made it that way. Reason number 1, I come from the affiliate marketing world, the network marketing world, where I was promoting other people's products, and I had some pretty bad experiences. That's not a bad business model. That's not a bad business to be in. However, I just encountered several bad experiences where I was constantly having to start over because the people I was an affiliate for or in their organization, companies would make bad decisions. It would affect me in the field, and I was constantly having to start over. Additionally, there were many times where people made me feel like I was just a number. I was just a dollar amount that kept their residual income going every single month, even though I wasn't seeing success. During that time, ownership, branding freedom, control became very important to me. I didn't want to look like everyone else. I didn't want to post what everyone else posted. I wanted to stand out and really build my own brand instead of boosting up other companies' brands by using their websites with just my username at the end of it.
Okay, wait, I'm going to pause it real quick. But that is what she's having people do. Oh, wait, you're muted.
Oh my God. I was literally just writing angry notes about that.
Right? It's like, wait, so you're saying how important those things were for you. And so you created your own brand, but now you're having everyone sell.
I wanted branding. I wanted control. I wanted to stand out. So all of you are selling my course, and the only thing that's different is maybe in the beginning of it.
Okay. So it was important to her, but it doesn't need to be important to everyone else.
Yep. Just her.
Okay.
Yep, totally.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I'm like, oh, this isn't okay.
All right.
So if something is important to me, and I know other people feel that way, therefore it's a lot easier for me to sell something when I can speak from the heart, hence master resale rights. Reason number 2, do you guys know how much it takes to set up an affiliate marketing company or a network marketing company? Do you know how much money that takes to set up legally and how much headache that is? Like, that has no time freedom in it. The amount of managing I would have to do on the back end would take away the entire dream of time freedom for me. So I have no interest in making money off of people's sales because the legalities and the money and the time that takes to manage is something I'm not interested in. Reason number 3, and this is the most important, and this is what has changed my life when I shifted my perspective. There are so many people out there that are after the bottom dollar. They're after the quick cash. They're after making quick money to get out of a situation that they're in. And I get it. I was there in my life where I was after the quick cash. That's why I joined shit that didn't make sense just to make money.
I had to pause it. She understands that this is a get rich, like the reason that people are interested is that this is a get rich quick thing, right?
Well, and that's okay. Here, so, and you guys, I was telling Nicole, here's my theory. This is just my opinion. I'm just talking on the internet, right? But she has been able to get people to sell this as a get rich quick, which then puts them in her funnel. So she doesn't have to do the dirty work of like doing the get rich quick. She can say that she's against that, but that is what everybody is after that has gone into her course.
Yeah. Why else would you buy a pre-existing course?
And most of them are not selling the course as like, oh my gosh, this is such a great thing to learn digital marketing. They're saying you buy this course and then you can sell this course.
Yeah.
So they're not selling it as like, I mean, and some of them do talk about like, wow, this is such great information. Mm-hmm. But the main selling point is that you can then sell it for 100% profit.
Yeah.
It just, it's so frustrating to me to hear her talk about this. And you're right. She is not making the initial quick cash, right? She's right. Some of them she is because they sell it too, right? But what she's doing is then they get added into her Facebook community where she has affiliate links for things like ClickFunnels, for Squarespace, for domain hosting, for all of these different things. That is where they're making that money from.
Yeah. And I also liked, and I just have to say, do you know how much it costs to set up an affiliate marketing company? Like, what is she talking about? Is she talking about like Commission Junction or Impact app, where like it's basically an app that collects, you know, in case you're watching this and you're like, what are you talking about, Nicole? Basically, like if I wanted to be an affiliate, I would join these affiliate marketplaces and I'd be like, okay, I want to affiliate for Squarespace, for QuickBooks, and for, Apple, or something, right? And I would sign up for those programs, and it's just all in like one spot. So is that, I don't know what she means by an affiliate marketing company. I'm like, or the other thing is like, okay, if I'm just a person and I want to sell things affiliate, am I an affiliate marketing company? I guess I wasn't sure what she was talking about there. There's no affiliate marketing companies. They just, you have a company, like I have a company, like let's say like my co-working space company has an affiliate, and you can be like, okay, if you help me sell a membership to my co-working space, I'll give you 10% or whatever. Like as a company, I decide to have an affiliate program or not, but I'm not an affiliate marketing company. Like I said, the only affiliate marketing company I can think of is like software that helps you as a business run it. So I was just really confused about that. That was like a affiliate marketing setup, like 3 question marks after that one.
I'm going to have to make some notes because I'm just saying, I'm giving you a gift with introducing you to Anita Myra.
I had no idea.
Because hold on, wait till we get to her stuff. Okay.
Let's
keep going on this.
All right. I had, when she said like, oh, I don't believe you get rich quick. And I'm like, that's exactly what you're basically letting, it's sort of like you're a misogynist podcaster. And you're like, you don't say the thing about like that women are awful or something, but you sort of like paint a picture and then let people like connect the dots themselves.
Yep.
Anyway. All right. So I'm going to shut up and play this. Oh my God. I had like 4 things already that infuriated me, but I will keep going.
Here's the solution for that. There are many ways to make quick money. Go Uber, go DoorDash, go pick up a second job. Like there are ways to get out of a situation that you're in without making your business and your brand all about quick cash. Okay. So if you are in that position, I highly recommend just going to figure out something else instead of feeling like your business is going to be the thing that makes you the quick cash to get out of whatever situation that you're in. Here's the
I sort of appreciate this. I sort of appreciate her saying, listen, if you need money right now, don't do this. I wish that she'd say it more explicitly though.
Well, and she can say that because she's having millions of like this like total resell. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
It's fine. She's going to talk about this.
All right. Cool. All right.
But no, I appreciate the way she's saying it.
Yeah,
I want to what she's saying.
Yeah, part of my thing on my channel is I really try, like, yeah, some of these people are awful, but when they do say something correct, I have to acknowledge it because I don't want people to come to my channel and say like, oh, you just talk a bunch of crap about people. And I'm like, yeah, no, but I also say when I think they're doing something right. So I had to acknowledge her saying, hey, if you need money right now, this is not the thing. I can appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to play.
Here's the perspective shift. If you can build a business with the sole intention of impacting people's lives, touching their hearts, and actually being a genuine effing person without looking to earn off of their sales or looking to earn off of their efforts, okay? Not that that's a bad thing, okay? It's not a bad thing. And in the long run, you will earn, okay? If you look at it this way. But if you can build a business with the sole intention of touching other people and actually making a difference in their life, the money will follow. When you chase money, money runs away. So when we get into business, this is a huge problem in business for people. They get into it to make the money and they chase the money, but the money ends up running away from them and they never actually get the money in the first place. Making money off of people is so normalized. And it's like, that's why people ask me, well, what's in it for you? You're not making any money off of people's sales. I don't get it because it's so normalized that people make money, but it's also normalized. It's the reason why 90% of people fail. It's because they go into it with the intention to earn off of other people. And if you can completely shift your perspective, if you can accept the fact that for the next 10 years, you aren't going to make what you want to make financially, but you're going to change a lot of freaking people's lives because you led with the intention of serving them. Our mission is to develop a better experience for everyone we serve online. If you can make that the crux, if you can make that the mission, if you can make that the goal, the money will follow. It might not be the amount of money you want for the next 10 years, but I promise you guys, more than anything, more than making the money, building the network and building the know, like, and trust of your audience will always be more important than any dollar you can ever make. And it will also make you more money years down the line. So I hope that answers people's questions on what do I get from giving away our product and allowing people to sell it for 100% profit. I get access to an incredible community of people that is growing every single day that literally wake me up in the morning because they make me so happy. I get the know, like, and trust of my audience that will last a lifetime because we've actually formed genuine, honest relationships and know that money is not a factor. I get more out of this community than I could even express to you guys. And that's worth more than any dollar. And I just wish that people could see the money is not the top of the food chain. The network and the community and the relationships are at the top of the food chain, and the money just comes with it. And if you guys can make that shift, I promise it will change your life.
So why isn't she giving it away then, if the money means nothing to her?
Right. And here's the thing. She, by her getting other people to play the short game, she can play the long game.
Yeah.
But everybody isn't business to make money. Like, yes, you're making money off of people. Yes, you're selling things and you're selling goods and services. So when she's saying like, no, we're doing this to serve, serving to me doesn't cost anything to the person I'm serving, right? It's not serving.
Well, and I think what she's doing here is she's setting an expectation. She said something about like, you might not make the money you want for 10 years. And the money is important. It's changing lives and serving people. That's important. So in sort of putting people in that mindset, right? They buy it. They don't make them, but they're like, oh, right. I'm changing lives. I'm serving people. So she's already like diminishing the expectations of money that you're going to have. Also, like, here's the thing. And I said this to the guy, I left the critical comment on his YouTube video about master resale rights. I was like, listen, like, we're all selling something. Like, we all have an agenda, you know, and again, like I said, my agenda is I have a small business. I've got a payroll to run. I've got, you know, my expenses to pay. My goal is to monetize the content on YouTube and have people, you know, a few people a year turn into clients.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what I'm looking for with this. That's why I'm able to make content in the middle of a Thursday, you know, because I'm going to have and I get it. Like, it's weird. We're in capitalism and, you know, there's lots of ways though to run a business and not exploit people, you know, like, you know, like in our company, like we all make pretty much the same amount of money. Like, I don't make more than the people who work for me. Like, I get to write off some stuff tax wise and that, like, you know, I get to write off like, you know, my cell phone and all that. Like, but
it helps, but
right. But like, you know, I'm not like, they're not seeing me, you know, driving around in a brand new car while they can, you know, barely pay for groceries or something, you know, like that's, so there's a way to do capitalism without being gross about it. But like, inherently capitalism is taking a product and selling it and or a service and selling it and making money, like making a profit.
And people do need money right away, right?
Yeah.
Most people, like, the economy sucks.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
rough right now. It is rough. I was talking to a friend and she's like, you know, what do you do when your cost of living increases 2%, but cost of living went up by 9%?
Yeah.
You know, what do you do? And so they're playing on that where people do need money right now. So people are going for the quick cash grab.
Yeah.
It is.
I can always, yeah. And it's funny. I can always see it in our receivables. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I have usually like in terms of I bill out and then sometimes there's a delay in when I get paid. And usually that hovers between like around $10,000 to $15,000. It's over 20 right now. I can always tell when the economies are up because people are holding off on paying us. And it's, so we see, you know, yeah, it's rough out there. And, you know, but this idea that people don't need money and she's like, oh, you know, you just have to, you know, want to serve other people. I think if people made enough money to pay their expenses, I think more people would be able to do that.
But it's a very privileged place to be able to can play this long game of 10 years. Yeah. It's like, how many people can actually do that? Not many. Not many.
and I'll disclose my privilege to your channel, which, and I say it on mine a lot, which is like, the reason I was able to start my business when I did is because my dad and my grandfather died and I got a pile of money. I had a pile of money that most 26-year-olds or 27-year-olds don't have. Yeah. And so that gave me the ability to take a risk to start a business. But I understand that, like, I mean, I hope that most people, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that you have your family around a little bit longer, but point being is that, you know, I have an enormous amount of privilege having the capital to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
And most people don't. So, and there's lots of other privileges I you know, can acknowledge over time, but like, yeah, it's
I mean,
extremely, yeah.
My husband provides very well for our family, so I can chat on the internet in the middle of the day.
That's great.
And will this come to something? Hopefully, you know, hopefully I can help teach people things. They don't have to pay me, but hopefully I get monetized on YouTube and make money on YouTube. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
But I come from a very privileged place to be able to do that. But acknowledge that.
Right. And if you're going to like not, you know, put caveats in, you have like, I don't know, it would be responsible for her to, and she's like, oh, I don't have to make any money. Yeah. Cause you sold a $497 course. You already made your money. And she said like, yeah, you could sell, she wrote, you could sell 1 million of these and you could keep all the money. And I just wrote, if she thought she could actually sell 1 million, she would just do that.
Exactly. Why would
she would just do that? If she thought it was possible, she would do it. But she's not trying to do it. She's trying to sell people into selling the resale rights.
Absolutely.
And like, it's one thing to like resell something that's, I don't know, $20 or something. But how many people do you know have like $500 lying around that they're going to take a class with? You know?
Not a lot. And especially because they're also telling you, you're going to sell this and you're going to learn how to digital market. But digital market, what? What are you marketing? How many of these people actually have something that they can digitally market?
Yeah.
Most of them don't. Most of them, the only reason they're buying this course is to resell this course.
Yeah. And then what happens when that money runs out? That's what I don't understand. It's like, okay, like, and I was telling you ahead of time, and maybe I won't play my video, but maybe I'll link it in the description or something. But basically there's all these people on TikTok. I'm chronically on TikTok, by the way. Anyway, they basically are like, it's like, Nicole, digital marketer. And then you click on my thing and you see that I have like 58 followers or something. And they're saying like, you know, follow me and make money. And then you click through to their Instagram or the website they have linked, and it's always a Stan store. And they're always like, I saw 3 of these people. I like saved 3 of them in the last 24 hours because I knew we were going to talk about this broadcast. Like there's infinite number of these people.
Well, and they're on Instagram as like, work with Anita, work with, you know, Mary, work with whatever, because that's what they're being trained to do in the Master Resale Rights course. That is how they are all setting up their pages.
Oh, okay. So now you guys know the things to look out for. So if someone's vague about how they're making money and they're just making a lot of promises, if they're saying like, yeah, like I'm making, you know, 5 figures a week, or, you know, whatever, or I train people on how to make money, and they're just really vague about what they actually do. And it says something vague like digital marketing. If they have a Stan store, if their handle says work with the person's name, these are all things to look out for so that you don't have to contact them and find out that they're going to try to sell you this thing.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my God, that was infuriating, but thank you.
Oh yeah, it gets better. It gets better from here.
All right. So we're going to watch the next one now?
Yeah, go ahead and do the red, her in the red. This is just Hannah talking about how many people they have, and then I'm going to update you on where they are.
So am I playing video 3 or 2?
Do the one where she's in the red.
Okay.
Pajamas. She's in.
Not that one. The other one.
Yeah.
Okay. Or like, yeah, feel free to go ahead. I didn't realize that you could actually click on things either.
I think I can. Here,
okay,
I'll go ahead and add this.
Yeah, do it. Awesome. Yeah. I haven't
oh, wait, I don't know that will it let me add it?
Oh, hold on.
I'll add it. It'll only let me.
Is it this one?
Today we celebrate.
Was it that one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
$1 million in community collective sales for the Roadmap community.
I'm going to start from the beginning so we can experience the whole thing. I like the boxing gloves. That's fun.
Right? That's her husband.
Okay, fun. Okay.
Today we celebrate $2 million in community collective sales for the Roadmap community. So I thought we hit $2 million in community collective sales the other day, but apparently my math was just off. But officially last night we hit $2 million in community collective sales. This is a whole community effort, so congratulations to the Roadmap community. We did this all together, and it's just so crazy to see it grow so fast right in front of our eyes. And to think that we are just scratching the surface. The hard launch date for this product was February 19th of this year. It's still so early, such a baby, that we all get to grow together. The future is really bright. Love you guys. Today,
Okay. So now this wasn't that long ago. They're now at 10 million.
Wow.
So like it is growing exponentially, but at what point are they going to hit?
Yeah.
Like, it's got to be soon.
There can't be infinite people selling, $500 or sorry, $497 products.
Yep. Yeah.
And oh my God, that's so, and she's like, we did it. And I love that. Like, she's like, yeah, I made $10 million. Like, we did it together. Like, it's not like they're getting a share of that. They like,
yeah. So,
that was so funny.
Congratulations, everyone. Okay. So now we're going to go over to Anita Myron. Okay. Anita is one of the top sellers of MRR.
Okay.
This specific course. She's one of the top sellers.
Okay.
So,
and this is video 3, right? Okay.
I get a lot of questions about whether or not master resale rights is oversaturated and if there are too many people doing it. And the answer is a resounding no. I calculated the amount of people I spoke to this week. By the way, I just did my lashes. I calculated the number of people I've spoke to this weekend alone. It's over 1,000 people wanting to know more about digital marketing and affiliate marketing.
Okay, hold on.
Here's why this is so lucrative.
Let's talk about. We both hit pause, I think, at the same time.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I talked to 1,000 people. So again, this is where you have to be so careful of what they say versus reality, right? So she is selling MRR. She is selling her own private label course that is pretty much identical to MRR from what I've heard from this Roadmap to Riches class. She's also an affiliate for Herbal Face Food, for TrimFit, for all of these different things. So when she says she talked to 1,000 people about digital marketing and affiliate marketing, my guess is that that encompasses all of those things, not just MRR.
That makes sense.
So saying like starting with MRR and then kind of talking about digital marketing makes it appear to me as if they're all coming to her for this specific course, but I don't think that's the actual case.
But also talking to someone does not mean
a sell.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. I like looked up, I have a proposal software and I looked up like my closing rate's like 20% or something. So like, and that's, I think probably pretty high because if someone's getting a proposal, like we've at least had like 1 or 2 conversations, but yeah. So someone just talking to you about something, I don't know.
It doesn't equal a sale.
Exactly. And so she's also sounds like she talked to a lot of people. Sounds like she's losing her voice.
Okay. So she had gone to Universal Studios and had been screaming on roller coasters.
Oh my God. That's
with
funny.
her kids. So that's apparently why
I thought that was because she was talking to 1,000 people.
I mean, it could be, but no, she does it all online. It's the beautiful part. She made so much money while she was at Universal Studios. I mean, come on.
Oh my God.
Work from anywhere.
Yeah. Like on the roller coaster.
Work from anywhere / work from everywhere. You're working from everywhere.
Oh my God. That sounds awful.
Right? Yeah.
Forbes says that digital marketing is the highest paid profession in 2023.
Can you verify that for me as a marketer?
So, okay. So Forbes has kind of a reputation for being a sort of, for their pay to play journalism. Okay. Like like they have a reputation, like Natasha Graziano got on like some Forbes list or something. And it's like, okay, like, did you buy your way onto that list? And there's a lot of like sponsored content and stuff on the site. So I'm just saying, when you hear Forbes, if your spidey senses get a little tingly, like yes, they're an online publication, but they're not like the New York Times or no one's using them as a publication of record, I don't think.
Well, like when MLM companies say that they were in Success Magazine, but that's
Yeah.
actually a pay-to-play magazine as well.
Exactly. So just
Okay.
because something is a magazine or something like looks like a reputable website, you have to like kind of look into it a little bit. But her saying, so I think Kevin O'Leary, who's like such a D-bag. He's one of the Shark Tank people.
Okay.
He went on record of saying like, that content marketing was like, basically like what he said was, I used to be able to pay videographers and writers and stuff. I used to be able to pay them nothing, but now I have to pay them, market rate or something, or now I have to pay them like a living. And so I think she's sort of alluding to that, but I don't know if it's like the most high paid. I feel like if you're going to be something high paid, like a web designer might be higher paid. I feel like a sysadmin is higher paid. Like, I feel like there's stuff like related to the industry that would be higher paid than usually marketing is one of the lower paid, tech people on a team, honestly. And it's usually the first thing that people cut when they start, running out of money, because it's, seen as kind of icing on the cake versus the cake itself. So, which I get, but so I could see her saying like, digital marketing is growing, that people are getting paid better at it because there is so much more to know now. And, people do care about now analytics. Like someone who hired me 10 years ago to be like, yeah, update my Facebook page. They didn't care about like what their engagement rate was. They didn't, they weren't asking me for these kind of stats like they are now. So I could understand there being kind of more to the job and getting paid more, but I hadn't heard that it is the best paid thing. It could be that it's an easier job to get into entry level. Like, you need some experience kind of maybe to be like a UX designer or something like that. But sometimes with marketing, you can sort of be sort of a walk on.
Well, and it's also like, what are you marketing? What is the thing? And she's not talking about how much she's making from all of these different things. So what are you considering digital marketing? What is even being considered with it?
I know. And I really hate people throwing this around because like, this is literally like, I'm in online marketing or digital marketing. That's like my actual job title. And like what that to me encompasses is like, okay, what's digital marketing? Email and text marketing, website, content or, website sort of improvement because we're driving people to a website, social media marketing, paid ads. So like whether we're running them on Google or on Facebook or whatever, reputation management a little bit. Cause like, people are saying stuff about you in Google reviews or on Yelp or something or TripAdvisor, and maybe you got to deal with it. Like there's so many aspects to digital marketing. It's so big. And we never see a break. These people never go into, they're like, I make a ton of money. I do digital marketing. Like you said, they're keeping it vague, but we're not seeing a pie chart of like, okay, my downline is making me 80% of my income,
Yeah.
There was a blogger years ago, and I think I've said this on my channel before, but his name is Darren Rouse, and he used to do a monthly income pie chart. He never said how much he made, but he did it by like, okay, I made this much with affiliates, this much with paid speaking gigs, this much selling memberships. And so you had kind of a realistic idea of like, okay, this is a person who blogs full time, because this was sort of social, this was kind of pre-influencer. But he's like, this is how I make my money. And it's like, okay, he's diversified. And most of the time, like he's making the most money, like not affiliating or whatever, but like selling his own stuff.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I think they're keeping it vague on purpose. These people. All right. I'll hit play here.
By 2025, it will be $1 trillion industry. That's the projection. And by 2030, it will be a $1.5 trillion industry. The entire planet wants to know how to do digital marketing. They want to get their foot in the door. They want to be able to do social selling. They want to work from home. And everything is turning towards digital, everything, right? So everybody wants to know.
It has been for like, I quit my job in 2008 and I was like, I told my boss, I'm like, I think this Facebook thing is really going to take off.
Yeah.
And I remember it wasn't him, but someone said, well, good luck with that. And it's like, yeah, we've been moving toward digital for years. Like,
this isn't new. It's not
new. This isn't new. People have been selling things online for what, 20 years? Like, we've been buying things, like I said, and it's not like I came into this at the beginning of the internet here. Like, I came into it like Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn existed when I started my company. So like websites that sold things existed when I started my company. Like, this isn't new.
No, it's not.
Oh my God. Anyway, sorry. I had to rage.
Oh, you stop it as much as you want, because it's going to get better.
Okay. All right. I'll hold my rage a little bit.
How can I sell my products or sell other people's products online and make a full-time income? And so the reason I am so passionate about this course with Master Resell Rights is because of the fact that it's an opportunity for anyone to get their foot in the door and dabble with digital marketing or become a complete expert in it and make serious bank. And the opportunity is real, especially for those people who are already home or want to get all the time from people. You have a big following. Don't you need to have a big following for this to be a success? So I want to use my friend as an example who I bought my course from, Fran. She started 15 weeks ago. I already told you guys this earlier, I'm pretty sure. But dude, she's made $1 million in 15 weeks and she started with 900 followers. This is a new opportunity. It's unsaturated. People are like waking up to it. And over the weekend, I had 1,000 people ask me about digital marketing and what Master Resell Rights is. And I've made almost $20,000 since Friday selling digital products. Guys,
okay, so she just said she's done that selling digital products. Okay, this is why it's deceptive.
Mm-hmm.
Because she said this was over the weekend. So she just posted this week, right? So this was over this last weekend. She released her own private label course over the weekend where they were doing pre-sale for $397 each. So of that amount that she just mentioned, $20,000 over the weekend, how much of it came from Master Resell Rights? How much of it came from her own private label course?
And how much of it maybe because Beachbody has the subscriptions? Like, could people have bought that too?
Beachbody kicked her out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay.
But, okay. Oh, all right. Let's get into this. So she set up, have you seen stuff on Herbal Face Food? Have you seen that around?
No, it sounds, the idea of my face eating food seems weird to me.
Okay. Well, it's because you can actually eat it. You can clean your face with it and you can eat it. It's edible. So it tells you how amazing.
I wish more of the products I use topically were edible.
Right. I'm like,
this is a problem like that. That didn't exist, but okay.
And for a month supply of Herbal Face Food, I believe it's around $900 for your skincare for the month. Whoa.
Oh, I better look like I'm like 14 if I spend $900 a month on my skin.
Okay, so she was one of their first affiliates, and she created their affiliate program for them. Guess how their affiliate program works? Because I have not seen one like this before.
Okay.
If you can recruit other affiliates, then you get 10% of their sales for their lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
How is this not an MLM, by the way? And she gets a percentage of all of the sales from anybody underneath her.
I've never heard of that. I've helped a couple of clients set up affiliate programs for their websites. I don't take any percent. They just pay me a set amount of money. I go into their website. I like add the software. write up, draft the terms and be like, have your lawyer look at this because I am not a lawyer, but like, here's a draft thing we can work with. Yeah. That is so weird.
I'm just going to say it's
Yep.
built kind of like this.
Yeah. It's built kind of like a little triangle.
Little triangle.
Yeah.
And she is the number one up at the top.
Interesting.
So does she make a lot of money? Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
But when she shares how much money she makes from herbal face food, she doesn't share how much of that was from her own sales versus how much she's making from, a downline.
Yep. Interesting. I want to
weird.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
just want to put a couple of things on the screen. So Yorkshire Way says, I have a college diploma in digital marketing. And when I was searching for entry-level jobs right after college, I learned employers ask tons of certification and experience in polar opposite things. Yeah. And I think what it is that I think people, when they hire marketers, genuinely don't understand where the line is. And that's kind of how I started doing website stuff, because people would be like, oh, can you just go on my website and do this? And I'm like, well, I could probably figure it out. And 15 years later, I'm like pretty comfortable doing that. But, there's all these sort of attached skill sets, and there's no other industry where we expect, I always use the car thing, but we don't expect someone to manufacture the car, sell us the car, professionally race the car. And you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
These are all different skill sets. They all have to do with cars, but we don't expect one person to be able to do all that. But with internet stuff, we expect that I can do video editing and it can look cinematic. It can look like a movie studio used it. They expect that I can, pull together a website in like 5 minutes, that I can, write copy for a very specific, niche that I've never written in before,
My husband has that because he works in cybersecurity. So they just figure, you do IT things. So can you set up my network?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Oh, there he is.
Absolutely. Nice.
Hi to the husband.
Hi to the husband. Setting up networks. Yeah, totally.
And it's kind of the same thing with this. You do digital marketing. Well, what does that mean? Because like you said, it doesn't mean that you can do every single thing, and you're creating marketing videos and you're creating.
Right. And some things you're going to be better at than other things. There's certain things that I feel like I'm better at than others. I'm not saying I can't do some of these things, but like, depending on, how much time I have or whatever, or if I know somebody who's better at it that I work well, I'm going to be like, hey, you should go to so-and-so. But then we have like, I feel sorry for people who believe investing $497 one time will make them a living. And it's true.
Because again, what are they going to be able to market after this?
Right.
What do they have that they can market?
I mean, unless they're going to become a marketing company and do this for other people. But like I said, all of the things I showed you earlier in the broadcast will prepare you for that without having to spend $497. Also, you can do like your Way, and you can just get, if you're going to college or something, you can take classes or get a degree in digital marketing. Back when I went to college, because I'm old, like that didn't exist. We were still building websites in HTML. Like Facebook wasn't even, a thought in Mark Zuckerberg's or whoever the guy he sold it from's head. Like, so my degree's in geology and French, and here I am doing digital. But what I tell people is like the software I use every day didn't even come out until 2 years after I graduated college.
Absolutely.
Facebook didn't come out until 5 years after I graduated college. So like I couldn't have studied these things if I wanted to. They just didn't exist. But yeah.
And maybe this course will teach you amazing things. Like, I'm not saying that the course is not, because I haven't looked at the course.
Me either. I have not paid $500 to basically learn to do stuff I already know.
Yeah. So maybe it is fantastic.
Yeah.
But you also have to have a lot of other things. It's not just going to be this one thing that is going to catapult you to $1 million status.
Right. And the things about this course is they're recommending specific software and like ClickFunnels, right? And I'm just pulling, do you want to know what entry level ClickFunnel pricing is? $127 a month.
Yikes. I want to say I was also told that to be a part of their community, you do also have a monthly membership fee.
So you're paying a membership fee. You're buying ClickFunnels and this is an annual discount, by the way. So you're paying $127 a month, but you're paying for 12 months up front. So let me switch it to a monthly plan to say, like, let's say I'm not entirely committed to this, $147 a month.
Yep.
And what I don't get is like, if you have let me get on my soapbox. If you have a WordPress website or any other website builder website, you don't need a funnel. You can just make a page with a form on it. And then you can take an ad and send people to it. I don't get why people are buying funnel software. I genuinely don't understand it. You can set up your own funnel and then you don't have to keep paying a monthly fee for it. If you need help, let's talk. But like, I see these people buy, and so you're buying ClickFunnels. What was the other things? There was like Klaviyo, Squarespace. So Squarespace minimum is like $10 a month. And they're making a percentage, by the way. You sign up, they're making a percentage off of this.
Yep, they absolutely are.
So in addition to spending $497, sorry, on this class, you're also paying $147 a month for ClickFunnels. You're paying $10 a month to Squarespace, but you're probably paying for a year up front, and you're buying all this other stuff. So you're spending hundreds of dollars a month to have it.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway. So, all right, I'll shut up now, but
I did not sit at my desk hardly at all this weekend. Friday, I was busy. Saturday, we were at a birthday party. Sunday, we had guests over. My mother-in-law was at our house. Mother-in-law was at our house the entire week.
Like, who? I don't care. I get it. You were busy.
And she left this morning. We went to Universal Studios for like 9 hours yesterday. And I made yesterday, I think like $7,000 while at Universal Studios. You guys, if you have roadblocks and something is saying to you that this won't work for you, you're absolutely wrong. This could work for anybody. And yes.
But I thought we needed the right mindset for these things to work. So if we don't believe it'll work, right? Isn't it not supposed to work if we don't believe in it? Like,
well, okay. And here is the problem that I have with this specific creator, because I did a video talking about some of the things that she has said. She had talked for months and months and months about how amazing Beachbody was and you should join her team. Then as soon as she quit, she talked about the fact that she hasn't made money and her income had been going down for a year or more. And it's like, but wait, 2 months ago, you told me that you were amazing and you were making so much money. So how can I trust anything that you're saying? Because it feels as if you will say whatever you have to make a sale.
Yeah. Yeah. And you'll change the narrative to fit whatever situation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Even for people who don't want to make content, there are ways to reach people without making a ton of content all the time. You could run ads, you could boost posts. If you have money to invest, you can boost posts and run ads. I can tell you how to scale up with ads. I've done it before. I still do it. And by the way, I did not make my, $230,000 in the last 7 weeks or 6 weeks selling this course with ads, but I know how to do it and I'm starting to dabble in it. I started affiliate marketing in February and I quickly transitioned to digital marketing and affiliate marketing. And I'm now doing both and my income has never been higher. It just keeps growing. I started the year at making $20,000 a month. In August, I had a few $20,000 days. I at least make that per week, if not double that.
Then invest in a better internet connection. Also,
and a microphone.
Yeah, buy a microphone. Maybe buy some editing software because there's some weird cuts there. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. It's just.
And here's the thing, and this is one thing to point out too. Yes, this all does go to the FTC because she cannot say these things as an influencer without any type of disclaimers. That it's not typical, that kind of thing. She doesn't disclose her ads. There are a lot of things that can get you in trouble. If you follow someone like this who says that they can teach you how to do affiliate marketing and digital marketing, but then they don't even put disclaimers on their own things that are required by the FTC, how much do they really know? Because you can get in trouble for these things, but they don't tell you that.
I know. And so even for things like I have clients who they're like, oh, can we just use this song in the background of the video? And I'm like, no, we can't. Like, I'm just, I call myself, I'm like the bad cop. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm squashing all the fun, but I'm like, I don't want you to get, and I had one former client and she wanted to do a lip sync to this song. And I was like, hey, it's owned by Sony. You're a brand. And she uploaded it anyway, and she got slapped with a copy, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad you didn't get slapped with a fine yet, but if you keep doing this, you will,
Absolutely.
So, but anyway.
Absolutely.
Average, I make double that per week. All because I learned a skill set that almost anybody can learn. And the course, Learn and Earn Profits with Master Resale Rights course, teaches you the fundamentals and equips you with a course that you get to sell for 100% profit. And the world is craving this knowledge. So it's a no-brainer to get involved.
Her income claims are just wild. There's this one.
Yeah.
I think
so so on the screen there's a little like screenshot, looks like from her bank, that says, $2,104.38 deposited on Wednesday, September 6th. And then her caption says it's 7:27 a.m. and I've already made $2,104 because of digital marketing and affiliate marketing. Imagine that, Aimee. You do more work. You add another income stream and you make more money.
I'm just saying, I did some work and I made some money. But how many people are going to do the work and not make any money?
A lot.
That's the problem.
I know. Let's see what other crap she finishes.
Okay, so now, I'm going to pause this one.
Yep. Oh my God. These people are so brazen.
Yeah.
So is this this is PayPal, I think. And so it's, the top of it says $48,739.90. And then there's all these other, and it says, I know this makes some of you cringe, but I get asked daily for proof that I actually made this much money with reselling other people's products. But here you go. But it doesn't, this is PayPal. This is not QuickBooks, like showing because in my QuickBooks, right, when I bill someone, it's like, okay, what category is this?
Yep.
Is this services? Is this, software licenses? Is this, we're not seeing a breakdown. We're just seeing a total amount of money. So I actually made this much money reselling other people's products, but here you go. I don't buy very expensive things, so I'm not worried about anyone coming for me. I'm also carrying and have an alarm system. This, hold on, is 7.5 weeks from just from digital marketing. Okay, so she wants us all to know that she has a gun and an alarm system, but also her stuff isn't very nice, so you won't want to steal it anyway.
Wait, she also will show herself sitting in the Chanel store buying a bag. And while she was sitting in the Chanel store, she made enough money from Master Resale Rights to purchase the bag. So it was kind of a wash. I mean, really.
Have you seen the girl math segment on TikTok? Have you seen the girl math ones? Girl math. Like, this is like Hun girl math here.
It is, absolutely.
All right. Well, so I'll keep playing. So yeah, a picture of a PayPal thing with money in it. Cool. The other thing too, like everyone watching knows, like obviously I could take a screenshot of PayPal and I could put a different amount of money in pretty easily with, Canva or Photoshop. Like,
absolutely.
It is very easy to doctor these images. So this is not proof. But it is an income claim. Your payments. So below, see how much compensation you have been paid and how much you have accrued with no period. Okay. Is this really the back end of some? Okay.
I think that what she's trying to do it is.
Well, and it's funny too, because it looks like also, if those of you who aren't looking at it, it's showing like due, upcoming, paid. And it's like the titles aren't lining up over the numbers correctly. So I'm not sure if this is like a website, responsive design issue when looking at it in mobile, and affiliate marketing, so it just shows $115,644. And then it says, and affiliate marketing on the bottom, it says $47,035.97. So I'm not sure what this is showing, except that whatever bank she's using, like, needs to redo their mobile mobile website, or she can't Photoshop and doesn't
Right.
line stuff up.
And that's over what period of time? And that includes what? And like
Yeah.
just
We're
throwing
not seeing
numbers out
context.
there.
I love
No.
how it says compensation due, and underneath it says United States dollars.
Yep.
When it's such like a weird way to put it. Like, I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know who did that interface, but it could use some help. Oh my God.
It's
Whew, wow. What a
this is where
journey.
it gets so twisty. The things that they say, and again, context matters.
Yeah. And you shouldn't be bragging about like how much you make. I don't know. Like, I just assume I could tell you how to start like an online marketing company like I have or a digital marketing company. I can't even use the word digital marketing anymore because it makes me like, I could show you how to do this, right? But I started in 2007. I started in this very specific moment, like, and it would be hard. I have a specific group of people I'm connected with that, so if you followed all of my directions in 2023, I can't guarantee you any results. Like, I can tell you what I did and what worked and didn't work for me, but like, until you try it, like, we don't know.
Well, and where she's like, this is a no-brainer. Okay. Again, this is one of the things that I struggle with those at the top of MLMs. Okay. And Nicole and I were talking about this. Okay. Well, then let me just give you a random person and you replicate what you did.
Yep. You should be able to pluck someone off the street. They should follow your roadmap and they should see similar results. Maybe not the same, but similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
And can they? No, she's not showing us. She did do a couple of posts like, oh, look, my person has sold 3 courses. Oh, look, my person has sold this. Well, 3 courses at $497 is less than $1,500. It's not this $20,000 day that you were talking about. So how many people are doing that?
And how much did that person have to work to sell 3 courses? How many social media posts do they have to do? How many discovery calls do they have to do? How many DMs do they have to slide into? Like, because that's the other depressing thing with this stuff, and why, like I said, I'm not like, I wouldn't say that I'm an anti-MLM channel because I'm a marketing company, but my problems with these companies are that they're not paying people for the amount of time and effort that they're spending on the marketing of the products.
Yep. And they're showing like that's how much money went into her account. Well, what were her expenses? What has she had to put out? What was her time, like you were saying?
Yeah.
Because if you break it down, I mean, I definitely paid Beachbody to make them money. Like I was very much, and their CEO even calls their people volunteer sales force.
Yes.
So,
and it doesn't even say like low skill or like he has like
he has an unskilled voluntary workforce.
Yeah, because I heard him say that and I thought, I bristled at that because I was like, okay, well, theoretically, if I had distributors, I would train them on how to do the marketing I wanted them to do. So maybe if they were unskilled, maybe that's my fault as the company for not giving them skills.
His goal is to not give them skills, actually. He says that he prefers it that way. So he prefers them to be unskilled because then they don't realize what that they are not being paid for what they're worth.
Right. Or that when they do something wrong, like use a copyrighted song or make an income claim or something, he gets to say as the owner of the company, well, like they didn't know, and if he would have trained them and they did it anyway, well, that sounds like a more severe penalty. That could be.
They're not his employee, so he doesn't have to say anything. Even when this was interesting to me too, when he did a marketing call, right? So you have to present your results. He doesn't have to disclose anything that any of the MLM reps are doing because they're not technically employees. Right, so he wouldn't mention how many of them there were. He wouldn't mention like any information. And so, back to marketing, it is kind of evil genius in that they can get around all of these different areas by either withholding information, spinning things. And that's exactly what this whole course is. That is this big new thing. It's just another grift, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. And like here's how to set up a website and email. Here's how to make a landing page where you sell somebody something. Here's how you market that landing page.
Create an LLC, but don't create it in this state. Create it in this state. And guess what? I can help you do that. for a small fee, of course.
Or I can send you to LegalZoom and get a percentage of the cut that you're going to pay them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When all of this, like you said, all of this information is out there, but people just don't know. And so they're being suckered into a $500 course.
Right. And you would think like, okay, Nicole, like, so either if you're watching this and you're like, okay, you've been doing this 15 years, you have this like really broad, very useful skill set, you know, why aren't you like rolling in it, you know? And the reality is that like, you know, because people will sometimes meet with me and be like, well, I want to go viral. And I always say to them, if you think I had the power to do that, don't you think I would have used it on myself? Do you think I would have spent 12 years trying to get my YouTube channel monetized? Like, you know, and that's the thing, you know, like, I know that nobody wants to hear like, well, it's different for everybody and there's no shortcuts, but I wish there was. I mean, I would have used them.
Absolutely.
You know, and like I said, and maybe you're watching this and you're like, well, Nicole must be dumb or not know what she's doing. And like, could be, you know, maybe I'm just like not as skilled as this woman who watched a course 7 weeks ago, you know, but
made $1 million.
And made $1 million. But
I mean, though, if you truly look at it, if it was so easy to go viral, going viral wouldn't be beneficial anymore. Because everybody would be doing it. There's a reason. Not everybody can do everything, and that's okay.
Right. And there's things you can do to increase your chances of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, you know, for example, I was like, okay, I'm a bit of a silo on YouTube. It would probably really help if I started reaching out to other people in my, you know, that I watch and in my YouTube community, start doing streams with them. That will help me grow my channel. And it has, you know what I mean? Or like, okay, well, I noticed that, excuse the dog.
You're all good. What kind of dog do you have?
She's a Basset Hound mix. So she likes to let me know when somebody walks by that looks suspicious. Thankfully, we live in the middle of nowhere and hardly anybody walks by. But anyway, yeah, I cannot wait till my office is finished. But
you may hear mine too. Mine somewhere.
No, this one's chatty. Brandy, stop. It's okay. So here's the thing. Like I said, if you want to get good at digital marketing, if you want to know how to set up a landing page or how to sell things online or something, like I said, the courses that I showed you will help you like get the overall thing. And you can sort of, like I said, try on your own, like, okay, I'm going to watch this tutorial of how to set up a website and I'm going to go set up my website. And then when you have questions, like you can ask, you know, so I have people who will contact me and be like, hey, I don't know anything about this and I want to learn more. And that's why I have that email already drafted, because I want people to be I'm like, hey, let's like wait till you're at a point and then let's talk, you know. Or if you want to just pay me to set it up, that's fine. But like me showing you generally how, you know, like internet marketing works is probably like, I don't want you to pay for that.
No.
And there's these other, you know, things that already exist that are already doing that anyway. So,
well, and going viral, what good is going viral if you don't know how to do the things? Right. So I can tell you right now, I posted when I don't even know how many years ago. Well, 12 years ago, I posted a video of my daughter absolutely losing her mind over eating green beans. Okay.
Like excited or like did not want to eat them?
Like sobbing. I can't believe you would do this to me.
Okay. Yep.
And we were like, we will pay you 25 cents per green bean. Just try the green beans. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So I had posted this on my Facebook. And at the time I was private even, I think. But then I went public. Well, somebody pulled that video from my Facebook, put it in with a few others. And this video now has over like 300 million views. Okay. Of my... Yeah. She's super happy about it now that she's an adult. And she's like, are you kidding me right now? But what good does that do me? None. Like, I guess I don't understand. Like, being able to convert it, I think is the talent thing. Like just going viral. Why? Right. And Miss Living My Best Life is like extremely random, but how many people have gone viral with a video they didn't expect to do good? Yeah. Exactly. Like when you see on TikTok, when someone will get on and be like, oh, I didn't expect that to blow up, or I didn't expect that. And that's the thing is like, it's
the algorithm giveth and the algorithm taketh away, you know?
Absolutely.
And like I said, if I was able to predict what video was going to go viral, again, like I tell people, I'd be lying on a beach somewhere, fanning myself with $1,000 bills. If I could,
Absolutely.
if I was that clairvoyant, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But
there's no rhyme or reason to it. And I think that's where it's the consistency over time.
Mm-hmm.
And
And it's slower. It's less exciting, right, than getting a huge spike. But
Yeah.
if you keep doing it, it will keep going up. And there's definitely, you know, techniques. But again, in terms of general stuff, there's ways that you can learn it. And if someone is giving you a link to buy a product and you notice there's like a little thing at the end of it, clickfunnels.com / you know, at, you know,
Yep.
at Aimee or at Nicole, I like your spidey senses should tingle. And if they didn't disclose that was an affiliate, you should feel weird about that.
Absolutely. You
That's
should.
my problem with Rachel Peterson, who's like huge on TikTok, is like, she'll be like, oh yeah, I was using the software. And like, she's an affiliate, but she doesn't disclose in the caption. She doesn't disclose in the content, doesn't disclose on her website that she's an affiliate for these things. And it's like, no, like that's not, if I give you a recommendation, like my friend has a web hosting company. So I have clients sometimes who are like, hey, I need to set up a web hosting. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I send them a list. I say, this is my friends. This is something I affiliate for. And here's another company that I have absolutely no affiliation with, but I think is good too.
Yep. Well, and
here are 3 options. And then here is my bias about these 3 options, but none of them is a bad choice to me. So,
yeah. But the influencers who put this on and who are marketing for these companies but not disclosing it, that's not allowed. It's against FTC regulations. Do you follow Robert Frund?
No, but I've heard the name before.
Oh man. So
okay, I'm writing them down.
it's here, and I'll type it in the chat. So on Instagram, it's Robert Frund Law. He does videos and he talks about what the requirements actually are that affiliates and digital marketers, the different things that they are supposed to disclose that they don't, and what the FTC regulations are. And then he also will do case studies. And this person was fined $57,000 for not disclosing this. Because
cool. Yeah, I mean, and I think we're going to see it more and more, honestly. I mean, I think the internet has been changing pretty quickly for a while, but at some point the laws are going to catch up with where things are at now. And people, whenever I get an email marketing newsletter that I try, that there's no unsubscribe link, I always reply to the person and say, hey, listen, like your email template is not compliant with the Can Spam Act of 1999. You have to have a one-click unsubscribe. You have to have your address in the template, among some other things. You know, I'm just letting you know. And also, you know, take me off your list. And I will get these nasty emails back. And I'm just like, okay, if you want to pay a $47,000 fine per violation.
Yep. And you didn't have to, you're being kind.
I'm just letting them know, because what I tell them is, if I was doing something that was illegal that I could get fined for, I would hope someone would tell me, you know? So I try to be as like nice about it as possible, but I'm like, hey, it's a thing. I put a link to it right to where they can see it. And I can count the number of times on one hand someone has ever thanked me. And I probably have done this like 50 times or so. But, you know, these laws exist for a reason. Like being able to just send marketing emails to someone without any way for them to get out of it. Like that's gross. Like I don't want people to be.
Absolutely.
You know, so if we think about it from the consumer standpoint, like as a business, you're like, well, I want my stuff to get delivered. Okay. But how would you feel if any company on earth could email you any amount of times without you being able to stop it? Oh, that would be awful. Yeah. So
absolutely.
You know,
it's funny. I bought something at Best Buy and he said, you can sign up for our text marketing right here. I wouldn't recommend it because I got 300 texts in the span of a week. And I was like, thank you for telling me that, you know, because companies, this is the way that they are marketing to you, right? Like my email is ridiculous. But that is one of the reasons that everything that some of these people are selling, they have you go to a general landing page, and it's so that they can get your email to sell everything to you. And they will include you on all of their things, because that is part of digital marketing, is having a funnel. But to not do the funnel by law, by the requirements that there are to protect consumers, you're setting yourself up for potential lawsuits. And are they teaching them those things? Are they teaching these people who don't know digital marketing? Are they
Yeah.
covering these things? That's the
Yeah.
scary part to me.
Yeah, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with selling someone something or
Yeah.
whatever, but we need to, like, yeah, in text marketing, there needs to be an opt-out. Usually typing the word stop will get you off of the marketing chain, or it's
Mhm.
supposed to. And it's I don't know. It's just so gross when people do this, and it gives marketers like me a bad name because, and I heard this from a marketing presenter, and I'm forgetting who it was. I don't know if it was Gary Vee or something, but it was talking about how the thing is with digital marketing, everyone's phone is within like 2 feet of them. It's within 1 foot of them at any given time. So if you are having access to a platform where you are within 1 foot of your customers at any given time, you need to treat that responsibly. You need to not be sending 300 texts in a week. You need to, like, give them an easy way to opt out. You need to not, you know what I mean? Like, you need to maybe not send things at like 11 p.m. or something, their local time, that kind of thing,
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and yeah, you might sell a few less things by trying to be a decent person about it, but I don't know. Since when do we need infinite money, right?
I mean, that's okay, so super funny. My 14-year-old, in their history class, they're supposed to create something that they're going to have a revolution about. And her thing is that at a certain dollar amount, that anything you make over that dollar amount, especially like for our, once you've hit $3 billion or whatever, then anything over that goes to this community fund, and we fund government programs, and
Mhm.
we'll create a park for you. That's
Yeah.
totally fine. We'll put your name on the park that people can go play at, but
Mhm.
you don't need to just sit on
Yeah.
all of this money. Why? Like,
Yeah.
what good is it doing? Yeah.
Exactly. And I've had clients who ask me to do things, and if I feel gross about them, I'll tell them that I feel gross about it, and they have the option if they want to hire someone else to do it, they can. But like, there's just, and I don't know. I don't get many requests that I feel like are gross or unethical, but I don't know. If it means I make a little less money, I guess I'm kind of okay with it. I mean,
And that's
but
the thing. I would rather feel like I still have my integrity and my ethics
yeah.
intact. Right? I'm just saying my
Right.
14-year-old,
Yeah. I
I
would
think
join that revolution too with
yeah,
Marie.
I think she could run the world, but then I do think I may have an evil dictator after her that would overthrow her. My
It's always
12-year-old my
oh
12-year-old would probably let the 14-year-old run everything and then do a coup and kick her out, and then it wouldn't be pretty, right? I think she'd be like, "No, I want to sit on all of that money."
yeah.
But that's where I think that having the marketing, like, I really like the way that and that you mentioned when you were saying, like, wow, I really like what Hannah just said in that.
Yeah.
I really like what she says in a lot of her things as well. Oh, hey,
Mhm.
Sam. Um,
Hey,
I
Sam.
really like a lot of the things that she's saying, but on the back end, she's getting people to do these really scammy things to build her funnel. So
Mhm.
it's like, is she really altruistic?
Yeah,
I
like I said, I just noticed like a lot of online people, they won't say it themselves, but they'll sort of like put something out there and they'll let people connect the dots.
Yep.
And I feel like that's pretty gross. It's like doing it yourself just because you didn't physically say, "Oh, you're going to get rich quick." If you implied it and let other people connected to you say it, and you didn't and you saw them say it and didn't do anything about it, you're part of the problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Oh,
but yeah. Is there
I
anything else that like you want
learned
to
so
talk about
much.
related to this?
I learned so much just from your, like,
I
initial.
learn I these videos, whew, wow. I
They're
could
wild.
I could tell, yeah, you said I got some wild videos and you were right.
Oh
So,
my gosh, and there's so many of them, but the interesting thing to me is they definitely, with this specific course, they were able to infiltrate the MLM market,
mhm.
and it's wild how many of the top leaders that took this course have kind of let their MLM business die down
Mhm.
for a very temporary hit.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, wait, and now are you losing some of the trust from the people who were following you for your hair care or whatever, and now you've
Mhm.
switched and you're just talking about this amazing MRR course where you can make $1 billion so fast,
Mhm.
but then they're actually, like, losing focus of what they actually are doing, and they're going to lose ground.
Right, and they've spent years building up an audience of people who are, posting about, rosemary water growing hair or, whatever, like in
Yep,
their community about
yep,
hair. And yeah, now they've totally pivoted. Yeah, and that's why I've, always said like it's like I'm not Oprah. Like nobody cares about they're not like, "Oh, what does Nicole think about this?" Like you don't care about my lipstick color, you don't care about my wallpaper. Like I get that. Like I know about marketing and that's what people care about. And that's why I always like try to kind of stick in general in the marketing lane. And we were talking about broadcasting together. I'm like, well, if it has to do with marketing, I'm totally happy to
yeah,
talk about it. Um, and yeah, because otherwise, if you just keep pivoting, people are like, okay, what's she on now? What's she on
yep,
about now?
yep.
And yeah, and yeah, and it's really like someone said earlier, like, do these people understand how untrustworthy? Hold on, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like Rosie Posey, like I don't think they understand how trustworthy they come off because yeah, if you keep, changing around stuff, part of what people, when they say I trust somebody, really it's like that person is consistent.
yeah. I mean, the herbal face food thing that Anita is selling, all of them dropped Dime, and they've been talking forever about how amazing Dime was. Then they pop over to herbal face food, and they're talking about how it has just saved their skin, but it was like, "But wait, I thought your skin was saved
Previously.
earlier from this, but now you had all these problems that this product is saving. Then why did I spend the money buying the other product from you? Like,
Hmm. Yeah,
what
I
are you
feel like
doing?"
you might be able to pivot once, but after that, if you pivot multiple times, in particular in a short period of time, like nobody's going to trust you to sell them anything. So
No, no. Yeah. I mean,
I
and
don't
and
blame them.
that's not to say that you can't change your mind, right? Like, when
Yes.
I left Beachbody, I totally did pivot and I went to Prove It. But I had been sharing that I was struggling and I was plateaued with my weight, and I quit kind of promoting Beachbody, all of these different things. Like, you can do it. Yeah, one of the previous top coaches in Beachbody is selling both Dime skincare and herbal face food. Like,
Do they do the same things?
they're both face wash, skin they're both skincare.
Okay, and what, you use one at night and one in the yeah, I'm trying to figure out how you use 2 different skincare lines and then attribute your success to one of them? That would be
And
hard.
how are both of those companies okay with you marketing a competitor?
Right, but if they don't sign you on in some kind of exclusive thing, then
Which
they still have a problem with it, you
it'd be
know? Like
interesting to see um,
mhm,
the affiliate stuff, but, I guess that's the other interesting thing to me, like, from a marketing standpoint, the MLM companies traditionally have you sign, like, a non-compete, right? And they have you
mhm,
sign, like, exclusive, but there are some that are selling, so, like, Beachbody, right? They have Shakeol they have Shakeology, and they have, pre-workout. They have all of these different things which are
mhm.
supposed to help, right? But now they're all also selling this thing called TrimFit that is for weight loss. But Beachbody, when it was reported to them, they're like, "It's fine." We reported it to compliance, and compliance is like, whatever. Like,
Well
it's a
well,
direct
and the
competitor.
amount of energy/money they would spend fighting that, I think would be hard,
Yeah.
but also if you're not paying like, it's one thing, like, I have everybody works for me signs, like, a geographic non-compete. I just don't want, like, someone to be like, "Oh, well, your employee is offering, social media management services for $100 less than you are." I don't wanna,
Yeah.
but, I mean, but I'm employing this person and I'm paying them a wage and providing benefit, you know what I mean? So there's some expectation there, but if someone is like, oh, they're a contract worker and I only pay them when they make a sale, like, I don't know, you're going to tell them they can't make any other money
Yeah.
besides yeah, and what you were saying something about Beachbody like diamond coaches and like how this many and then this many became diamond, and that even at the diamond level of Beachbody, you're only making like $20,000 or $22,000 a year. Again, like it would be like if I employed someone for, federal minimum wage and then said, oh, you can't work any other jobs. Well, how is that person supposed to live? It's not possible. If I would pay them enough money so they could live on, I'd say, hey, I'd really like it if you didn't work any other jobs. If they're able to like sustain their life on what I'm paying them and they're willing to sign that agreement, that's different. But these people aren't making enough money for them to be able to really have a leg to stand on, I think.
And it's going down dramatically. Like their wages, you can tell how desperate people are getting because people do need money. So they are turning to these other marketing tactics that are scammy.
Right. And if they're looking at it and being like, oh, I can sell a Beachbody membership, what's the commission on general stuff?
So
like 20% or something, or
generally it's anywhere from 20 to 40%, depending on what the thing is.
Right.
But then what the problem is that as the company has to discount, so like they just ran this huge Labor Day sale, like their bike, I think they tried to sell it for $1,400 and they had it for like $600, something like that. Yeah. They're drastically cutting the commissions of their salespeople with fire sales that they're doing. And what choice do they have but to go to other products to market?
Right, exactly. So, and you're seeing these products and you're like, oh, I could sell something for $500 and keep all of that money. And I can understand, like I said, I can understand why it's attractive, but to me, it just seems like it's all the downside of these other things. If you have an idea for a digital product, like if you're a musician and you're like, oh, I want to sell my tracks and let people use them, in video backgrounds and stuff, great. Record those tracks, put them in a couple of marketplaces, again, read the rules. Maybe if you put it in one, you're not allowed to put it in other ones, whatever. Yeah. And make money that way. Just selling this other person's product where you have no control over the quality, the pricing, the anything, and that all these other people are selling for the exact same price or more. It just seems like a race to the bottom for me.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And again, like I said, if I find a quick way to make some cash, guys, I will tell you. The reality is that I've been, working full time at this for 15 years, and I have a feeling I'm going to be for another 15 to 20 years at least. So, and that's okay. It's a good thing I like it.
It works. Yeah. Right. Like find something that you love doing and do that thing.
Yeah, and like I said, there's tons of room in the digital space besides you selling someone else's product. So if your interest is peaked at selling a digital product, make something that you care about and that you have ultimate control over.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You'll get to keep more of the money and you'll be more happy about selling it because you'll know how good it is.
And you won't be worried about your name being tied to something that is so scammy, and then you lose the credibility on everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool. My friend, this was awesome.
This was great. Thanks to everyone for joining the stream. If you missed part of it and want to go back and watch, obviously that's great. I'm going to put Aimee's channel link in my chat. So if you like this, please go subscribe to her stuff. She's great. She's got a lot of great anti-MLM content, and she also broadcasts with some of our mutuals, like DC. So check out her content there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I will also put Nicole's in mine so that you guys have that as well. Because truly learning, I mean, that's the thing, learning from people who actually know what they're doing, and who truly do have a level of expertise. It wasn't that they just purchased a starter pack or purchased a course, but they really don't have any of the background information, is so vital. It's vital to find people who you can trust. And who will tell you what is actually going
and like I said, I'll tell you, and I'm not saying I don't have any biases because I do, but I try to be upfront with them. And so if anyone's ever watching one of my videos and says like, oh, like why are you going so hard against this, or why do you really like this, I'm happy to give more background. So please feel free to ask. So
yeah, absolutely.
And we got Yorkshire Way. Since the pandemic, the internet has become a melting pot where Hun Bros, coaching, trading, MLM industry coming up with a revolutionary product every day. Absolutely.
Oh, how many more watch hours do you need?
No, I got monetized. This is actually the first yeah, I got monetized last week. I posted to Instagram, and I think I posted to the community tab, and I think I announced it in my first video that I've made.
Yay!
So I'm officially monetized. This is my first live stream as a monetized person. So
yay! That's awesome.
I know. And
Awesome.
it took me over a decade, but here we are. Thanks
Here we
mainly
are.
to DC. So I'm putting together a little something special for her because she deserves it.
DC is truly one of the best people that I have ever met. Like
Yeah.
I can't say enough good about her.
Yeah.
She is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, she really is. So I'll link to DC's channel in my show notes, but as I have the last couple of times, but feel free to support another great creator by subscribing to DC too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Aimee. This was so fun.
Thank you. This was great. I loved it.
All right. And thanks to everyone for joining us. Have a great rest of your day, and maybe we'll see you in another stream. And if you have ideas for us, feel free to leave it as a comment on this video.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks,
Bye
guys.
all.